Naruto 587. Okay, there's a lot going on with the characters in this chapter. Um, Spoilers, if you haven't read it, please go read it first. Come back, if you would, please. Um, Now, you're actually seeing a flowchart of how Izanami works. And Izanami is there to, as a, say, a counter of Izanagi, okay, which isn't exactly, so the interplay between the two, it's a counter for the other, isn't at all what I thought, or I don't think I heard anybody say that. So that's complete different. And the way he has the graph and everything. Now it's a loop, so correct on that. And the goals, I think, even more importantly, of getting Kabuto to be his true self and to get rid of all that other junk that he's accumulated, all these other people which are not him, is correct. So the last few chapters, the discussions that we've had and everything has been, especially the chapter before, is really spot on. Right? Get rid of that. Instead of adding stuff to yourself, if you have issues or problems, you're just masking over. You're not solving the problems. You're just adding things to mask over it. As an example I gave earlier, if someone has emotional problems or they have some issues or whatever, they add alcohol or drugs, which temporarily they may feel that are actually helping them, but in the long run you're just basically adding problems to yourself, even if that you may perceive that those things are in some way benefiting you. But anyway, not trying to be preachy or anything, but it seems to be the philosophy. But anyway, moving on. Okay, Itachi. Is Itachi a good character or a bad character? That's come in a lot. He's a complex person, or his character. And then in this chapter, he really gets into how both he and Kabuto have been manipulated and basically used, by others, to achieve their goals, right? And even at times, Itachi doing truly horrible things, but he thinks that he's serving a greater good, but in reality, they're just all getting manipulated by other people. So he's sympathetic toward Kabuto. The way that he has to set up the out for the loop, okay, is that Kabuto has to acknowledge his inner self and then let go of this other stuff. And I'm assuming that all this other stuff will fall away from him. Now Itachi is also at the same time reaching out to Sasuke. So we have the loop with Kabuto, right? And Kabuto's running through this loop, and at the same time he's talking. Itachi's talking. He's trying to reach out to Sasuke. Okay, and now this is getting to the heart of the characters. Are they good? Are they bad? Are they just something in between? But Itachi's basically trying to say that he's not really. I guess he's implying that neither he or Kabuto are really good or evil. They're just people, and they're doing things. They were just kind of manipulated into the things that they were. And Itachi's basically like, look, I see it. I see what happened to me. My eyes are open to it, and to help Kabuto, this thing is going to help him. And I would also suggest that the out of the loop, of course, is there because Itachi wants to help Kabuto. Now, I'm sure that he could have done it in another way and still got the results of getting the impure earth released, but because he sympathizes, because he doesn't really want to, like I say, rule the world or be, control everybody, which I guess we would go into evil. So is Itachi is he a good guy? Is he a bad? I guess we can, once you've basically got to it, he seems, you could say that he has good intentions at least. And also he has good intentions, back with his brother Sasuke, and he's really trying to reach out to him. Sasuke's one of the most popular characters out there. And but the thing is with Sasuke, just my own opinion here, is and he is a very, very entertaining character, but he in my opinion, isn't good or evil. The only person that he truly, in my opinion, cares about is Sasuke. Now you can say that he's been warped, he's because of circumstances, whatever. My own opinion is that when Sasuke gets at his core, that he's not evil, he's not good, he's he's more self-absorbed. That seems to be the character with Sasuke that's gone through the whole thing. He doesn't seem really interested in either saving the world or enslaving the world. Sasuke's main concern is the Avenger, right? He's someone that he's always angry about this thing that happened to him or that thing, and you've seen how they'll even send him. All of a sudden, he's so angry, and he goes in this direction and does this and kills his own brother, and then this, and then all of a sudden now he's angry about that, and now he's going in the opposite direction. So he's always going to be pissed about something that happened to him. Okay, not to the world. That's why he doesn't really fall into the whole good or evil thing with Sasuke. And like I said, there's a lot going on. This is a fantastic chapter. If you really stop to look about what's going on with the characters and everything, it's really fascinating. There's a part that I don't understand actually toward the end. There's a whole lot here, and I'm probably going to end up skipping over a fair amount, but I just want to make sure I hit the core areas. So he around page 11ish. Okay, so it looks like Kabuto finally is making a breakthrough. Okay, it looks like he just keeps fighting and the same results, and he keeps fighting, and he's finally, and so he's going back to his past. He sees his mother. He's back there with the helmet that gave him his name, Kabuto, and the whole thing. He's back in the orphanage. So this I kind of get, but in the very end, and then you see you're seeing some stuff. Notice me. You're seeing the whole thing about him trying to get acknowledged, and he's going back through, with Orochimaru and all the rest of it and everything. So but then we get to the part which I don't really fully understand. But anyway, just before that, okay, so there's some dialogue with Itachi, of course, which goes to acknowledge your real self, and it's interesting because he's almost lecturing, preaching, however you want to look at it, to both Sasuke and Kabuto at the same time. Hey, and he literally says, need to find your true self and, realize what you're doing before because I died before I figured it out. So he's trying to help. He's really trying to help these people at the same time. And then we have a scene, and I can still kind of understand what's going on here. There's a scene where he looks into the water, and with the glasses, and it looks like it's the moment before Orochimaru pops out of the water, and then just who had set that thing up with his mother to, or you could say Root did it, but whatever. I think it just fit too easily in Orochimaru, and Orochimaru just happened to be there, so I think he set that up. But anyway, we're at that moment, and then this is where I don't really understand what's going on, and I'm not afraid to say when I don't understand what's going on. This is already 9 o'clock, so something mentally is going on here, and there's this whole dialogue which I don't understand at the very ending. The whole thing, but it seems to be talking about Kabuto the healer, and back. I think I'll get back home, I guess, and and then they talk about there's two guys talking with each other, and he talks about his brother that's a healer or whatever, and I don't know, I really don't grasp. I mean, is this Kabuto trying to reach out and using people and it can get you? I mean, I don't, and the impure, I don't really understand what's going on there. My house is an orphanage. If my brother is back, he'll take a look at your wounds. And these are people are a lot older, so is this a different alternative history for Kabuto? Um, it makes it seem that it's more or less within the cave and it's something that happens to the person, but the idea that it would completely, you know, make it so that Kabuto never went through these um, processes. I just personally don't think that's what's going to happen, but that's why I'm kind of confused about the dialogue. I don't really understand what's going on there, and I hate to end a video with that, but that's truthful. And if someone wants to explain or give me their take on exactly what's going on there, then I would really appreciate that. And at the very last panel, now I will stop the Edo Tensei. So, bam. So Kabuto is going to come out of this. It's already already been discussions. Once he releases it, people were pretty well convinced that why keep him around, why not kill him? But what if he's really changed? What if he releases all that stuff and he's kind of like, he's at that point to where he's actually going back to being a decent version of himself, to lack of a better term. But anyway, it's a great chapter. There's a lot of questions. There's a lot going on in this chapter. But anyway, I want to say the comments have been fantastic, especially the last few months. They've been really, really good. I really appreciate the participation. I've learned. It's the comments on if you notice on these last few months have been really good. There's been a lot of good commentary, and if you notice on a lot of channels, it isn't always that way. It's a matter. I try to weed out people that are simply there to yell at other people or to do whatever. And they're not really there to contribute anything. And people have been contributing a lot, so it's been fantastic. So I want to say thank you to my subscribers. You don't have to subscribe. That's totally a choice. Okay, if you would please give me a thumbs up. That would be very kind of you. And if you want to, you can subscribe or unsubscribe. You can do anything you want to. Until then, take care.